Right. Where am I? Boom. Here I am. All right, so we're going to do what made Sheeva cause people to cry in tournaments. All right, so... Well, I'll just get right into it. So, let me pick Sheeva. If you know anything about this character, you'll understand. She was nerfed unjustly, right? Completely unjustly. She is our queen. She is the greatest. These are all inarguable facts. And her nerfs were entirely down to community backlash. I'll say community backlash. Yeah, it was community backlash. These people are all traitors and cannot be trusted. All traitors and cannot be trusted, right? Let me tell you how honest this character is, right? Super honest character in MK11. Alright. So she's got terrible pokes. Hold on. Boom. She's got terrible pokes. See the 8 frame. She's got the frames on them alright, but really they're pretty terrible. It's like 8 frames, got no range. You know how in this game people would do... let me just put her to block. People in this game will do things like, oh, we'll do summon in the backdash into summon, and they'll hope that you're pressing down one. Yeah, Sheeva falls like victim to that harshly because her down one's got no range, right? See, it's not even hitting from here. Some characters will be hitting from like way far out. Neither will her down 3. So her pokes, straight off, her pokes have got no range. Her mid has also got very minimal range. It's fast, but it's got no range. And this is a 12 frame mid, so that's a fast mid in this game. Forward 4's 10 frame mid, as you see, not even touching from here. So Sheeva, no range. She's got one button with any decent amount of range on her, and that's sweep, right? And that's 15 frames. So it's still even on the slow side. So you have to use this move to call out people trying to do stuff like backdash, wavy, yeah. All right. Actually, let's talk about the move that people really did not like about her, right? So the stomp, unblockable. This move was a nightmare for some. Actually, hold on, I actually just got the video just for this. Yes, this move, complete nightmare for some.
I just got done making some guy smell this bitch's 2 toes.
I can't do anything. Shit.
High quality.
I know it's supposed to be fun. To be fun, I get it. I shouldn't be crying, but I really can't do anything. This sucks. How do I get out of this, dude? I guess I have to just block? Oh gosh. Oh, horrible.
It's not horrible, it's glorious. All right.
Do a fatality. Damn, that's ruthless.
As it should be, right? So back to where we were. The girl was crying. She was crying because she didn't know how to deal with it, right? So, and she was obviously stressed out. She's playing in this tournament. I think it was like a charity tournament, AT&T tournament. It was like $100,000 prize pool, and the winner of that had like money going towards their like selected charity. I think that was the grounds for it. And yeah, this is what was the meta at the time. If you were just completely new to the game, you just be scrubbed pressing down up, right? And because this move is a tracking, like no matter where you are, it's tracking you, yeah. And Sheeva has an option to make it go left, right, or in place. So what you're doing is you're playing rock, paper, scissors. It's rock, paper, scissors, yeah. So she can go in front, she can go behind, or she can go in place, yeah. Glorious move, right? And then she could also delay it, right? So I think she could delay it for like quite a while if you held stance switch, and you could delay it at like any amount of frames. So like pick a number between like 1 and 60, and you could delay it that amount of frames. So not only were you guessing, it was tracking.
Phone fighting game called
all these new players are having a lot of trouble dealing with this. It's doing 10%, and you get stomped 3 times in a row. You lose rock paper scissors 3 times in a row. You're gonna get hit by a crushing blow as well. I think. Yeah, burn, crushing blow, right? So that's a lot of damage to eat, and it's a very simple game plan. Even people at the top level are getting stomped out, but this is the way you needed to think about this, right? So I'm just showing you, yeah. Left, right, in place, right? So this isn't, it's not actually rock, paper, scissors. This is rock, paper, scissors where 2 of your options beat 1 of theirs. So really what people needed to do, if they didn't have a character that just totally nullified the mix up in the first place, they just either stay in place or move backwards and forwards, right? And if you got a 66% chance of landing your highest damage punish. So I'm just going to record her stomping, right? Always coming out as a punish. If I was a different character, like, they'd be getting crushing blows here, right? So you can get a crushing blow, you can go forward. But it's always a long ass punish. So you get whatever you want. 66% chance to get your maximum damage on a character that has no health as well. She's 950 health. Alright, so that's the stomp. Yeah, made people cry. It was stomping people out. There was the whole controversy as well. So there was some tournaments on. There's some tournaments with a player called Titanium Tigers, right? He was playing in MK Pro competition, and he named his variation as Sheeva. Why would NRS do this? And he was just stomping people out in the bracket as well. Hilarious. Alright, all justified. Nothing wrong with what he was doing. Totally justified for the Shogun. No bias. Yeah, I think other than that though, Sheeva's, if you had like dedicated to learning how to play Sheeva, she was actually a pretty good character to have in your roster. And there's a few reasons for that. Like I said, yeah, she's got no range, she's got no like bad pokes, but what she is good at is when she's in this range, she's now like one of the better characters in the game because this is 12 frames and it's confirmable mid, multiple hits. And she's also got this move here, big old doinks in armor. She's doinking you on the head, and that second hit there is an overhead, right? In this game, it's a luxury to have an overhead low mix-up because the throw is so fundamental to the offense in this game, right? It's sort of like you have to throw them. Some of these characters have to throw, right? And by doing that, you open yourself up to getting down 2 crush and blowed for like 60%. When you have an overhead low mix-up, you never run the risk of getting... let me put my variation back on. When you have an overhead low mix-up, you never run the risk of getting down 2 crush and blows. You might get crush and blow punished by other things, but you never run the risk of taking the highest possible damage in the game. And if you look at the way I play characters in tournament, you'd see that I play characters that rarely run that risk. Like Terminator was the same sort of thing. Robocop was even better at it. But I'm always just going to play like, okay, now you guess overhead or low. It's always better to make someone block overhead or low than do strike or throw. Because the risk reward's now like a bit more in your favor. But yeah, he's got this scoop, the low. It can be done off of anything. She's got overheads in all of her strings, right? So people would pick this move. She has this overhead scoop in her Mean Queen variation. This one here, but you never really needed that because you have this low scoop, right? So all of her strings have got overhead to them. Got 2-1, back to well, yeah, the only ones you need, back to, really. That's the one where it becomes a true mix-up. And this low has also got another layer to it. You can put a bleed on it, right? So I'm gonna make Sheeva, the other Sheeva, the false queen, walk. Now watch her health. Once I put this bleed on her. Alright, so see her health goes down. She's taking bleed damage for every movement she takes, right? So that's forward movement, and it's even more if it's jump damage. So I'm gonna do... Actually, no, I'll just do it to myself. Alright, so she's gonna put the bleed on me, yeah? Alright, watch how much damage I take for a short hop. See, I'm short hopping, I'm taking damage. I'm jumping, also taking damage. So all of your movement gives you damage. So she has basically the best checkmate in the game. She'll put you on like 2, 3%, 1%, whatever. And then she would put the bleed on you. You see me do this a lot if you come into my stream, watching me play Sheeva. I'll put the bleed on them. They got 1% left, and then you stomp. And then you delay the stomp, right? So then they got to pick whether they're going to stay still and definitely die to the stomp because that's 10%, or they're going to walk about and definitely die to the bleed. it's some real like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario. Let's see what else you got. Got this sweet boot right here. See, this character, not only is she like functionally pretty sweet to play, she's also aesthetically sick to play. She just stomps someone's face in relentlessly. I know you're saying don't throw, but you kind of have to just to show them who's the queen, mate. You got to show them who's the queen, yeah? I'm gonna put their faces to the ground like paste. Lots of stomps. You got this stomp, you got this stomp, overhead stomp. This is a crush and blow if you hit someone while they're mashing down on a button. So you might catch this more often than you think because people will press down on a button. That's a pretty good one.
Got done making some guy smell this bitch's two toes.
So yeah, you can play her really simply. And the big thing about her, other than all this, like this is all her like being up close and stuff. But what really matters with her is her fireball, right? See how this does 7%. 7% is above average damage for a projectile in MK11. Most of them do 6. Some of them do 8. 7's like above average. And the thing with this is, it's going to win most trades, and it's relatively quick. It's got a relatively high hitbox, so it's hard to jump. And the EX one, it's a mid and it's plus on block, so she's got a bunch of strings with gaps in them. Like say that overhead string that I was showing you earlier, the one with the mix up in it. You can end the string and make it safe, but you can play a mind game here, right? Because there's a flawless block gap on this last hit. That there should make it unsafe. However, you can play a mind game because if they try and flawless block that and they do fireball, now it's 0, right? I'll do it on myself. I should prove my point, right? So Sheeva does the string. Yeah, it becomes a flawless block launch, right? But if Sheeva does a fireball, oh wait, I need to be the other one. Yeah, so if she does the fireball, there's no flawless block gap there, right? So you're safe. You're safe. So what you can essentially do is take your overhead mix up every time and do the fireball, and then you've always got a safe overhead. This is what makes it strong, right? So the low becomes free. It's kind of way you got to be thinking with this character. Your low, this here, is basically free because the overhead is the one that launches into a combo, yeah? So let me go back to my actual variation again. You're still safe. This isn't safe. So let me put it on block. Okay, so this is actually unsafe. I think it's -9. Yeah, that's -9. So you can get jab punished here. This is -6, so you can't get jab punished, but you can get flawless blocked. And this is gapless and 0, and it puts you back into like a pretty decent range for her because you got sweep and you got fireball again, right? You're in a fireball game. I know I was saying all of her buttons won't reach, right, other than sweep. So what you do is you play around sweep and fireball, and the things that in her neutral all sort of work around each other. So you've got sweep, fireball for people on the ground, and when they jump at you, Sheeva's actually got some of the best anti-airs in the game. He's got this grab here, down back 1 special. You'll beat most jumps with that. Her down 2 is also really good, like vertically and behind her head. I'm gonna try and get it at a weird angle. See that angle right there? So she's actually like, you're not just gonna jump at her very easily. It hits all the way behind the back of her head. I can even, I'll go even further beyond. Hold on. So yeah, you're not getting over her basically, and she can convert off of it because she's got that little scoop. So you can do that.
I'm going for real everything.
Bang.
Literally start fighting the other way. I cannot believe it.
So she's got really good control of the ground. She's got really good control of the air. And then she's got potato 50-50 guess mix up, right? Where you have to block overhead or low, and then that opens up the throw because if you show somebody overhead or low enough, they're just gonna block. They're either gonna do one of 2 things, right? They're either gonna sit there and start guessing because they know that they got to guess, or they're gonna do what most scrubs do, which is like just start mashing and jumping out of everything. But then like your mid becomes really strong. So she's very good at making people respect you, bro, and punishing you for disrespecting her as well. And it's very traumatizing to be bleeding out while you're also getting stomped on like this, you know. It's this character is mental damage, and she is our queen. So, what else has she got? She's got armor break. She got one of, I think she's got a case for maybe one of the best armor breaks in the game too. So, they get her to do a breakaway. I'll do a fast breakaway, right? See, this can be put anywhere in a combo. So like it's always going to do like 40-odd%. So let me take the breakaway off and I'll show you what I mean. So you basically play a mind game in a combo and you can put that move in any section of the combo and your armor break if they try and break out. So it'll be like one hit, one hit into armor break, right? One hit into armor break, yeah? 2 hits into armor break. See where I'm going with it? You got 3 hits there, right? But the thing is, because this thing is 3 hits, you can cancel every hit. So boom, 1 hit into armor break. 2 hits into armor break. See where it's going? Yeah, it's just very like Nightwolf. Nightwolf has the same thing going on. And then obviously the whole thing goes into armor break. So if she's got a good prediction on you, you're getting armor broken. And this is the thing with her, like she doesn't do much combo damage, as you can see, like, but you have to take the combo. So every time she hits you, she's taking just under 30, but you have to take the combo, because if you risk eating the armor break, you might have just locked around, because you're gonna get armor broken, and then you're gonna get put in a little guess, and then you're gonna get put in some bleed scenario, something like that. It's not looking good, you know. Let's see what else have we got. Oh, thing that I really liked about her. Does this even matter? The thing that I really liked about her is this move right here. Yeah, this is one of the coolest moves they've ever put in a game. Wait, what the hell? Yeah, this is one of the coolest moves they've ever put in a game. This is a dragon stance. So this is this replaces a regular fireball. So when you pick a variation with Sheeva, you always pick the low, and you always pick the Death March launcher, this one here. So you can play that where you're going to break mind game, right? And you always got that 50-50. But the fireball is what like you pick depending on the matchup. So if the character doesn't have a fireball, they can just like run at you quickly. You pick this, and now you've got 4 fireballs, right? And all of them combo into each other. You see there, it's 18% meterless fireball. The bottom 2 hands are faster, right? See, they're starting up at 7, and the top 2 starting at 8. But the top ones have a longer diagonal range. I don't know if any of you ever noticed this, but the way I'm shooting these fireballs, like there's thought to it, like so. If they're far, for example, I'm going to shoot low fireballs but high, and then as they come in, I'm going to keep the top fireballs ready, because that's a longer horizontal range that I can play around, right? If they're closer to me, I'm going to, yeah, basically you kind of want to shoot the lower ones first because they're faster. And you can also time it, so like say if they're actually I'll make a better example, because there's one matchup in particular this is really good for.
Jackie Briggs.
So yeah, because you can shoot at all these different angles with the stance, you can really like just keep some characters out basically indefinitely. Let's see. So everybody knows that Jackie Briggs is an annoying little leapfrog twat in this game.
Well, for you. Only for you. Oh, yeah, United Kingdom, but for you.
Alright, so.
Only for you. It stands for UCK.
Yeah, you see? Like, so because you can shoot up and you can shoot whenever you want, you can literally react to a counter with the fireball. See, look, I'm not doing this on a predict or anything. I'm just gonna throw some shit, yeah, leave the fireballs there, hold it, boom, reload. See what I mean? So now you got yourself a real nasty game, and then you got meter burn fireball, yeah? Some slow douse him type projectile. You could do some cheeky stuff with this too. Say they're full screen, yeah. The Jackie player's full screen. Oh, getting blasted up. They're sitting full screen. Like the only place you can't effectively hit them often, you do EX fireball, stomp. See that? See how you see how evil that is, right? That's just... It's another one of them Sheeva checkmate scenarios. Like if you don't move forward at all there, and you're trying to move back to get out of the way of the fireball, and she does that, you get stomped on. And then when she's in, you know. But the thing is, she needs it. Yeah, she needs it. This move used to be so sick because you could do all of us. You could do this string and did it, right? And people had to know how to flawless block to punish you for it, right? So. Like, it used to be this, you couldn't interrupt unless you had a 6-frame normal. So you'd be doing this, and then they'd flawless block this first fireball. If they flawless block this first fireball, they could launch you, yeah? But you'd be playing a mind game. You then you do delayed fireball. But then the mind game is, if you do delayed fireball, now they're open to just pressing a bigger button. And hitting you for doing the delay. So there's a mind game to it. But obviously the strength is it's pushing Sheeva back to the range where she wants to be to do this again. This is what made this move so cool because there's nothing ever been like this in an NERFED game. And she was doing mad shit. And she was legit. She was a Shokan character doing actual bits, and I just can't believe they nerfed her like that. She was doing she was doing 50-50s into the stance as well. So, yeah, you had this. So you got 22% here, but before they nerfed it... yeah, you can still do that, but before they nerfed it, this used to be... You wouldn't be able to, like, swing out of that. They made the gap bigger on all of the stance persons. So now this you can still sort of apply the old game with, just off this string, and I think off of this as well. Or is it one hit? Yeah, the first hit of that. But obviously this move's gonna be hard to even get someone to block. And this one's also hard to get someone to, or harder to get someone to actually respect. But yeah, nasty stuff going on here. And then the thing with this move is you can fake it as well. So there's so many layers just to this one move. There's the wrong menu. There's so many layers to just one move because you can reload, right? You can cancel and you can reload. So you do like one fireball, yeah? So like, say the Jackie player is now a smart Jackie player. I know it's an oxymoron, but he's a smart Jackie player, yeah? So if you're walking in slowly and picking her jumps very carefully. But then the Sheeva player would be choosing their fireballs carefully, right? You'd be slowing them down, doing them off rhythm, off beat, you know, like no way of telling what's going on. So you could do, in those little offbeat moments, you could do reload, relocate, and then start it again. So there's a lot of sick things that Sheeva's doing. You can use the fireball to get, like the big fireball to get a stance back, you know, all these things loop. She has other things she can do. She can do like you can do this, which is like burning all of them upwards. You can do another one where it goes like down to the ground. That one's terrible. This one's mostly kind of whatever. I think you need 2 fireballs for this one to be good. Yeah, you need like 2 fireballs for that one to be good. And you want the top 2 fireballs, that's the one. And then you'd use the advantage of that to reload again. It's always looking for the next reload.
Bro, you fat bitch. You fat piece of shit. How fat are you, bro? How fat are you?
I think there's probably some other stuff I'm missing about her because she's like really simple but also kind of complex at the same time. I think that's mostly everything about her. The simplest way you're going to play her though is to get your advantage, check him with a mid, check him with a 50-50.
Step outside and touch some grass, you fucking cunt.
If the overhead hits, you launch them. The mid hits, you launch them. If the low hits, you just rinse repeat. Exactly what I was saying. Do you need fireballs? Can you use normal fireballs? You can use the normal fireball. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, you decide, like, the reason you wouldn't pick this fireball versus Jackie. I mean, it's not even that bad versus Jackie, honestly, because you have this, which is a really good anti-air still. But the reason you wouldn't pick it is because Sheeva has so much more control over the stance when she's using it. This one, like, the fireball is always going at the same time, the same speed, the same direction, you know? With the other one, it's a bit more ambiguous and a bit more reactive. This one is a bit more preemptive rather than reactive, you know? It's like proactive. You're getting people to jump at you with this one. You want them to jump so you can scoop them, or you want them to walk close to you so you can stomp them.
Fuck off. You're fucking pathetic. It's just bollocks.
I think,
it's just
overall though, this character is probably like one of my favourites I ever played in an NRS game. Like, design-wise, everything she says is cool. Yeah, she's a peak. She's actually a peak character. Everything she says is cool. She looks cool. She's a good redesign of a mostly meme character. Because if you go and look at any MK9 version of her, MK3, any other game version of her, she's a bit of a joke. In this one, they made her like a bit serious, and yeah, she had her moment of being serious. She had her moment, and she played in a way that stopped people. Like, she forced respect out of the opponent. I think that's a very powerful thing to have in a character. She's basically got, you know how if you play MK1, you know T1000's got this 4-3 string and you're guessing every time you block it. That's this string. Imagine if 4-3 had this range. That's this string, but this string has no range and it's attached to a character with no range. But yeah, Sheeva is the queen. We demand justice for the Shokan. Justice for the queen. Alright, where is the justice? They nerfed her. They nerfed her over the tears of one poor girl getting stomped on in a tournament. We will never forget Queen Sheeva.